Okay, so as I say, we're going to do a little radio test on this. I haven't quite got everything completed, but I thought I'd just take a minute. And this is the little receiver I'm going to be using. I don't know if you can see that. Get focused in here. That's not focusing very well. About there. Anyway, it's a 6-channel receiver from HobbyKing. That is an HK TR6A version 2. And this is the transmitter, which is a HobbyKing unit. It's an HK T4A version 2. I think the version number just determines which, how they associate the control. So this one, the throttle is on the right. So throttle up, down, fall off the table. And I'm assuming that would be, I'm going to stick my neck out and say that's the rudder control. And this would be ailerons and the elevator on this side. Again, I'm guessing, but I think that's what it is. Anyway, so if you've never bound any of these HobbyKing radios to their receivers, fumble around here. Lighting's kind of weird today. Sun's in and out like a yo-yo. Anyway, what you need is the binding plug that comes with the receiver. It's just a jumper. It's not very good. Looks just like that. And it gets plugged into the battery slot on the receiver. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to put this on a piece of paper now so it makes it a little better, easier to see. So the receiver now has in the battery slot, which is slot 1. You can read it there. Probably not. Just not focusing well today. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, that says battery, so there it goes. So you put that in the battery slot. It's just a jumper, and then any of the other unused channels, you plug the battery in. So just a standard old 6-volt battery. Now minus is always on the outside. That's this side of the plug here. And I'm going to take the battery and plug it into one of these, and I'll show you what happens here in a second. The tripod would be really nice. The battery plugged into this point, channel 1, 2, 3, 4, channel 4. Now, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to try to focus in. There it is. You can see the light flashing in the receiver. That means it's powered, but it's not connected to anything. Now, this is a brand new receiver. So what you need to do is hold this button down. It says actual bind and range test. It's really only a binding switch on this radio. I don't want to put range test. I guess just to cheap out and keep the label the same. So what I'm going to do is hold that switch down while I power the thing up, and then I'll show you what happens. These things bind pretty much instantly, so hopefully you can still see that flashing. And when they bind, that light will go steady. Just trying to focus in, see if I can cut the light out here. There, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to hold down the button, switch on the transmitter, up. Of course, this would be nice if I had another hand, wouldn't it? Alright, ready? Now. There. Now it's gone steady, so it's now bound to this receiver. The transmitter and receiver will now talk to each other, and that's all you need. So that's pretty simple. So if I shut the transmitter off, that's it. We're done. So it's now bound, and I think you can bind up to 10 receivers to one transmitter. Anyway, so that's it. That's all there is to it. So now, the next time I'll plug the battery. Connection will go into, actually not, in this particular case it runs off of the lithium battery in the fuselage, which is, I think there's a connection from the motor controller that goes to the throttle, and that also provides power to the receiver. So you don't have to do it independently. But anyway, so that's all there is to binding. Very, very simple. Okay, stand by.